Right, without further ado, let's go. To reset and rethink, this evening's workshop will support you to breathe back in the flame that nestles to the base of your core, ready to be awakened. The spiritual meaning of the snow moon teaches us that by stoking our inner fires and keeping the flame of our passions burning, we can always feel warmth and embrace abundance, even when the outside world is cold and resources feel sparse or invisible to us. Our first ritual requires you to warm up. So the way I've written this is quite funny. Take out your hands, and find a place on your body that might require this heat. So it's maybe on your shoulders, maybe across your heart, maybe on your back if you've got a bad back, maybe you've got toothache, maybe a headache, anywhere on your body that just requires a little bit of warmth. I'll put it at the side of my head for now. Perhaps there is heartbreak, there is some physical pain or discomfort, perhaps there's some grief or a release that needs to happen. I'd like you to choose a place for your hands, either physically or visually, in your mind's eye. And when you have found a place, turn your attention to it and send the heat of the flame towards it. I'm only guessing that you're all doing it because you're all off camera. And in your own time, we shall come back to the room and we shall be present. And together we'll begin the first magical journey. So for this, you can just lay back and listen to me for 5 minutes before I bring you into the art making. So for our first journey, the astrologists will tell us that this year got off to a rocky and retrograde-filled start. But the astrology of February is set to be smooth and sparkly. The big cosmic climax of it all took place yesterday, February the 16th. This gorgeous lunation, is putting us in touch with our passions and bringing us a chance to let go of anything standing in the way of our confidence. February's full moon is sometimes known as the snow moon, but its spiritual meaning is all about heating things up and putting a fire under our desires. A full moon occurs when the moon is moved in its orbit so that Earth is between the moon and the sun. According to the zodiac, full moons occur when the sun and moon oppose each other. And this alignment marks the crescendo of the monthly lunar cycle, when the moon is at peak visibility and illumination. Spiritually and astrologically, full moons are known for bringing emotions, energy, and tensions to a boiling point, which is why we might notice more drama happening in our lives during these periods. However, the energy of the full moon can also be harnessed to help us let go of things, bring matters to a conclusion, or give our projects a boost. For us artists, this is always welcome news. The February 2022 full moon in particular is taking place alongside some very special planetary connections, making its power even more intense. Connecting with the mystical full moon energy is a great way to supercharge our goals and feel more in sync with the Earth's natural cycles. Out of all the phases of the lunar cycle, full moons are the energetic high point of the moon's monthly journey through the zodiac, taking place right smack in the middle of the lunar cycle. These lunations are known to have a profound effect on the way we feel, act, and even sleep. The snow moon, this snow moon, rose last night in the fiery and fun-loving sign of Leo. This lunation will bring out everyone's inner lion, putting out our feelings in the spotlight and inspiring us to roar loudly our desires into existence. It's an important time to embrace what makes us feel passionate. Snow moon peaks during a period of the winter that usually brings heavy snowfall. Many of the historical names for February's full moon makes reference to animals like eagle moon, bear moon, raccoon moon, or groundhog moon. And so because I've now had a baby and childcare is a little sparse, my energy's been zapped a little, I've decided to offer magical journeys at every monthly full moon throughout this year. They used to happen sometimes weekly, sometimes fortnightly. February's full moon makes reference to snow and scarcity, but the spiritual meaning of this lunation is all about keeping our own personal, now I can never say this word, so I'm going to type it in the chat box so that there's no one like thinking, what is she saying? Hearth or hearth, I don't know. Someone will know it better than me. There you go. Yes, hearth. So it's Hearths. So our personal hearths or hearths or blazing. Apologies. We felt them awaken during the first ritual. We felt the fire in our arms, in our hands, as we put them to a place that needed attention, needed healing. So as we make our way through our first journey, I want you to pay attention to your hearth that you keep at the base of your stomach, for it's here the fire is burning. I want you to pay attention to the images that appear and that are brought up, conjured from the lick of flames curled out from the smoke. Look up to the sky of endless stars and show us using your art or your words what they call for you to explore, for you to reveal, for they will reflect back to you by the light of the full moon, all that you seek. So for the next 15 minutes, it feels a bit longer, but it's 15 minutes of music drenched in this sound. Write, make art, and see the power on the page.
Oh, come here, mother waters, I am diving into thee. Float me on your rivers and sing me with your sea. Oh, come ye, mother waters, I am diving into thee. Float me on your rivers and sing me with your sea. Oh, come ye, mother waters, I am diving into thee. Float me on your rivers and sing me with your sea. arms and sing me with your sea.
Every hardship is here to teach us how to dance with this life. So if some sensation of failure rises up inside, remember what it means to shine your light. Take one deep breath. How many times have you found yourself listening to some thought convincing you that nothing would ever get better? How many countless moments of mine, bound by such insidious fetters, substances, thoughts, fears, insecurities, how many times have I railed at the world, at my child, my family? Moments when hurting myself seemed to offer me some sort of sanity. Inhale one deep breath with me. And exhale, let your body just settle and rest. Let the breathing be easeful and smooth. Let this peace emerge from within you, and let this quiet be your food for a few more seconds. This is how you cultivate a state of meditation. This is when you bring coherence to your entire system. And as you accrue time in this state of meditation, this state eventually becomes your steadfast quality of being, even when things seem intolerably challenging.
4 more minutes. So, bringing you into the room. Now, sometimes we would share after the first journey, but we found it actually much more powerful to share after both of them. So we would have the first, we'd share our first image or our first poem or text, and then we show our second, and it was really wonderful to see that sort of transformation side by side. I'm sorry, I'm going to probably get it all over my face too. So I'll just go straight into the second journey. And what we ask you to do is you can either take a new canvas or paper or whatever for the second journey. The same with text, you can get a new piece of paper. Or you can just keep going if you'd like to see the different layers, what happens. But if you'd like to, I'm just reminding myself as well, if you'd like to take a photograph for your own sort of documentation, just take a photograph like I'm doing now, just so that you've got that from the first journey. And then if you're going to choose to layer it, then you've got a reminder of what you did before. I also, this is nothing to do with anything, but what it is as well, this is more to do the second ritual. I pulled an oracle card. Don't worry, it doesn't matter if you don't believe in them. I use them actually as a psychotherapist with some of my clients, but and some of my students, because I find it very rich and we talk about it. But I just thought I'd share this to everyone. I normally don't actually share the oracles I pull. It's just more secret between me and the cards. It's called We Are One, and then the trees are holding hands down in the root in the base. And I just thought, what just because our journey was all about, you know, all rooted at the bottom and the base, and heating that, can't say the word, hearth, hearth. Oh, thank you. Thanks very much. I know, thank you very much. I'm glad you understood what I meant. And I just thought, yeah, I just thought that was really powerful. So if any of you love drawing trees or like trees, I just thought, what a nice, it's kind of a spooky image, but then, so what it is, it's an oracle to do with fruits and herbs and spices. And so this herb and spice is the quaking aspen, which I just thought was interesting. So I'm just going to show you all of that there.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll take a photograph and I'll email it to everyone tomorrow. Right, I'm deciding whether I'm going to, I think I'll stick to my one, this thing in front of me. I can't describe it. Right, and I'm going to keep going now with second journey for all of you. So, astrology gives us insight into its mystical symbolism, taking place in flamboyant fire sign Leo. I'm a Leo, which is ruled by the sun itself. I don't know why I told you that, but yeah. Anyway, this lunar moment is illuminating the themes of passion, creativity, and confidence. And we'll find that we're feeling hungry for love. That does not mean romantic love, by the way. It could mean any kind of love. Not even just, I don't like the word of self-love, but I just mean love of, you know, art making, getting your hands completely filthy, that kind of thing. Pumped up by enthusiasm and ready to fully embrace the colorful spectrum of our authenticity. I'm so much better at writing than pronouncing the words. The spiritual meaning of the snow moon teaches us that by stoking our inner fires and keeping our passions burning, we will always feel that warmth and embrace that abundance. Okay, right. So, alongside the full moon, there is a planet of abundance, Jupiter, which will be forming a rare, I hate talking about sex in this stuff, but sextile aspect to unpredictable planet Uranus, which brings unexpected blessings, revelations, and illuminating ideas under the full moon's beams. Now, if a lot of you or some of you don't really believe in this astrology stuff, don't worry, it's only part of the storytelling, and it was to kind of oomph up the whole full moon aspect. So the love planet Venus and sex planet Mars will be joining in a steamy conjunction aspect on the very same day as the full moon, which happened yesterday. But this passionate alignment promises to help us embrace new beginnings for relationships, not just romantic relationships, no. Collaborations, mentorship, what other kind of relationships are there? Relationships between you and your art practice, new relationships, things that you've never ever thought about relating to, perhaps. This Leo-ruled lunation is here to help you own your power and let your inner lioness roar. So in our second journey, we will learn how to work with the full snow moon's energy. Between the energy of Valentine's Day, the sensual Venus-Mars conjunction, and the moon being in flirty fire sign Leo. The snow moon is a gorgeous time to manifest more love or relationship magic into your life. And this doesn't mean from a loved one or a new partner, but it means we find the passion for our practice to ignite the magic that's lain dormant perhaps for a long while. It's a great time to work with love crystals, Put together a love spell of herbs and spices like roses, geraniums, violets, and chili peppers, or explore the power of using colors and shades from the red color family. Reach out for the oranges, the reds, and bring out the flame colors. Any spiritual endeavor that gets you in touch with your sensuality and revs up your passionate side aligns beautifully with this full moon's astrological themes. Thank you so much for being patient with my tongue and my mispronunciation of words. The snow moon marks an especially powerful moment to clear your path and embrace your Leo-like confidence as you march forward into the only retrograde-free period of 2022. To add to this, February's full moon is also forming an intense square aspect of the North and South nodes. This is known as the nodes of destiny. This connection brings our fate into question as it forces us to reckon with the things we're meant to let go of and summon up the courage needed to walk through the new doors of unknown opportunity. I don't know about you, but I kind of feel like I'm asking you to be a horse. So maybe that could be a good image. Be a horse, walk along the path. The snow moon is full of staggering spiritual revelation and purpose. It signifies renewal in the spirit. The snow moon gives people a chance to reset and re-evaluate. It's about new dreams and overcoming past hurts, forging forward with a greater sense of purpose. And if you can't do that, be a horse. That was me being silly. It's just because I'm a bit silly this evening.
Silliness is good.
Good, thank you. I was hoping for a little comment there. Someone giggle. So, while February is a notoriously chilly month, this particular February is one for building cozy relationships with each other, with yourself and your practice. And for the second journey, I'd like you to imagine you're walking along a path and it is completely clear. There are no obstacles. There are no distractions, which is actually frankly impossible if you've got ADHD. But anyway, there are no distractions. It is just you and the entire universe ahead. And you are determined, you are confident, and most of all, you are free. And what does that feel like? For the stars to shine down on you and the fiery passion that lives inside of you shines out all around you like a bright aura of energy. You are brighter than any star shining, and we can hear the energy singing all around you. So this practice is a little bit longer, it's 20 minutes. So it should kind of end at about 7 o'clock, which will then come into the sharing.
نعرف إنك بتبحث عن معنى أسمى لوجودك، ونعرف إنك طلبت إشارات، والإشارات جاتك من إحساس بداخلك، ونعرف إنه في أوقات الخوف خلاك ما تنتبه للإشارات بداخلك ومن حولك، ويمكن للحظات خلاك تفقد إيمانك بفطرتك، فطرتك السماوية اللي دايما متصلة بالكون. اسمح لنا بهذه الرحلة أن نذكرك بمن أنت، وخلي قلبك يكون مفتوح للرسائل اللي كنت بتنتظرها. حناخذ نفس عميق، نعبي الرئتين ونشعر بصدرنا يتسع مع زفير طويل، وكأننا بنطلع الهواء من أعمق مكان بداخلنا. حناخذ شهيق هادي وعميق، ونسمح للهواء إنه يكون مساحة بداخلنا. نسمح للرئتين يتعبوا كاملاً، ونطلع الزفير من الفم. ونشعر بالمساحة اللي كوناها بداخلنا، مساحة من التواصل والتفاهم، مساحة لأخذ استراحة من عالمنا الخارجي بكل ضجيجه ومتطلباته وأحكامه. مساحة الخوف فيها ما يسيطر على أفكارنا، مساحة الحب يجد طريقة لها بكل عفوية ومن دون شروط. واليوم يمكن نكون بأمس الحاجة إننا نتصل مع نفسنا عشان نرسل حب لنفسنا، أو نقول حاجات يمكن من زمان ما قلناها لنفسنا، مثل أنا بحاول أقصى جهدي ومحاولتي كفاية، أنا كفاية. حناخذ نفس عميق، ونسمح لنفسنا أن نكون أقل قساوة، أقل مقاومة، ونسمح لنسيم الحياة يأخذنا على سرير من ريش. استريح، إحنا معك، ودائما حنكون معك. الآن بدأنا نتعمق بعالمنا الداخلي، عالم من نور ينبعث من داخلنا إلى خارجنا. أي شيء يلامس هذا النور يتحول إلى نور. هذا نور الخالق اللي دائما بقلبنا، هذا نور المعجزات اللي بداخلنا، هذا نورك، أنت النور. مع نفس عميق وهادي حنشوف هذا النور بيخرج من قلبنا ويكون هالة حولنا، هالة من الطمأنينة والأمان. وبزفير طويل بنثبت هذا النور على جسدنا ليكون الفاصل بيننا وبين مخاوفنا. كل ما يلامس نورك حيتحول إلى نور. نورك هو المرشد، نورك اللي بيحب الحياة بكل كائناتها وكل أحداثها، نورك اللي يتقبل الآخر مثل ما هو، نورك اللي دائما حيلاقي النور. انت النور،
On the floating shipless oceans, I did all my best to smile to your singing eyes and fingers drew me laughing to your eyes, and you sang, said to me, let me unfold you. Here I am, waiting to hold you. Did I dream? You dreamed about me. Were you here when I was for sale? Now my foolish boat is leaning, broken off along your rock. For you sing, touch me not, come back tomorrow. Oh my heart shines from the sorrow. Well, I'm as puzzled as a newborn child. I'm as riddled as the tide. Should I stand with the breakers, or should I lie with death, my bride? Hear me sing, swim to me, let me unfold you. Here I am, waiting to hold you.
Whoops. Okay, so you didn't hear that last bit. I'm going to bring you all into the circle now. I know on Zoom that's not possible, but we just pretend that we are in a circle. You don't have to have your cameras on your face. They can just be on your art. So you can put the camera down to your art piece, or some people, if they've done it on a piece of paper, put it up in front of their face like so. Yes. And if you've done writing, you can either, if you don't want to verbally say it out loud, you can put it in the chat. Or someone who is not able to speak tonight also sent it to me in so that I will read it out. I don't normally share the playlist, but if that's a request, I can. Yes. Yes, is it? Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm absolutely covered. So I'm just very conscious. I'm just right. So. Oh, good. Yes. Well, I actually started writing an article on how I have to spend about 3 hours doing the playlist before every Magical Journeys, because I need to choose songs that are not going to make people cry and depressed and sad, but at the same time that they need to kind of speak and vibrate, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so I was just like, yeah. So I know maybe sometimes people think I'm just like, choosing some songs, but it's not like that. It's quite hardcore, intense ADHD, or maybe specialist subject autism. Right. So who would like, when we say who would like to go first, that does mean you don't need to speak. You just show your art piece or you share your words. Now, if you're sharing a poem or some words, what happens is everyone's invited to give feedback or their impressions in the chat box. And then I read that out to the person who shared their writing at the end. Or if it's an art piece, you just hold your art piece like so, and everyone looks at it and can either verbally or in the chat box give their feedback on what they can see or their impression of it. That means like, oh, it looks like a feather or something like that. Anything that you give generously to the artist or poet or writer is powerful. So don't be afraid to hold back if you go, that looks like a giant whale. Like it's everything is useful. Right. Awesome. Okay. Yes, let's go with, is it okay to call on you, Helen? So if you'd like to put it in the chat box and I can read it out, or you can read it out, what would you prefer? I can read it. Okay. Now, as you've gathered, my pronunciation isn't always great, so I shall apologize now if I get it wrong. Okay. When we remove the words, we summon a union of feet pounding earth, of pulsing blood, of pressure, of the sounds of the seas, wide and destroying, gathering in the tides, with voices meeting on a frequency. The whales sing when we call to an enveloping sky. We rise, stronger than the winds. Our voices pull the roots from the trees into our breath. Our chant is the tremors of the ground, is our power. When we allow the silence, we are loud. So I'm going to give everyone like 2 minutes to just either feedback verbally or write in the chat box your impressions, what you felt, images, anything that came up when you heard me speaking Helen's poem or words. I'll type something in the chat box. I'm muted. Feedback so far. I am enchanted by the line, gathering in the tides. I felt like we were in the thousands in this circle. It felt like a powerful roar. I love the energy, so much movement and forces of nature channeled through your spirit. I feel like you summed up the process we just went through. I'm just going to give another little quiet moment in case there's some more feedback and then we'll move on. And then Helen's responded to everyone, yes, definitely a reaction to the soundscapes. Such powerful words, giving me images of the trees and togetherness. Thank you. Did anyone else? Oh, no, beautiful imagery. I love the idea of our voices being pulling the roots. Wonderful energy. Did I ever say that twice? Beautiful imagery. I love the idea of our voices being pulling the roots. Wonderful energy. Connecting the inner voice to the earth and sky. Yeah, thank you, Helen. I got sent another one. 1 second. So it's just on my phone, so that's why I'm looking down here. This is Judith. The snow moon, cold as stone, rises and cools my fever in its silver glow. It follows me over fields bleak and barren, laid bare until warmer days touch this wasteland. It follows me through the woods where owls sit aloft, and angel wings shimmer in its light, and the mice crouching hide among the dead leaves. It follows me down into the valley, resting on the apple boughs. Did I say that right, boughs? Thank you. Where time is waiting to seal the bond and warmer days will bring forth fruit. It follows me down the lane to my home where it rises above the roof. Oh, snow moon, will you come with me full and bright? Will you come inside? Nay, your place is in the heavens with the stars. It is there your beauty glows, iridescent in the ink black darkness. It is there you belong, celestial and strong, while I below can only wonder at your beauty and your being. So the same again, if you have any images or feelings that came up in that poem. I know it's harder when it's not in front of you in text, but so the feedback is, I felt the moon being tantalizingly near, following you and yet just out of reach. You made it really easy to picture where we were. I felt like I was walking through the forest with you. Very beautiful ode to the moon, appreciation of something that cannot be coveted. I just want to see. Anyone else would like to share their impressions? Oh, me, 1 second. Sorry. I felt in my childhood, remembering my grandparents, family long gone, and still like they're so close. Got a lovely fluid sense of moving through time as well, with the moon following you. So thank you very much for that. We're going to move on to the next person who'd like to share their art or words. I noticed that an image was shared in the chat. Do I click on that? I'm not very savvy. Do I click on that and then it comes up? Yes, let's see. Okay, so I will stop. I will share this to do this. Let's see. Amazing. Okay, so this is Vicky's. Can everyone see this?
Yes.
Thank you. Vicky, would you like us to see it as an art piece, or are you going to share some words? Cool. So I don't know if anyone sees the chat, but it says it should open for anyone who clicks it. Art piece. The writing is kind of a ritual about lighting a fire. So you can give your feedback verbally or in the chat box. Vicky says, I was really inspired by the words, thanks, Vicky, hearth and heart, joking, and wrote about how I'd like to light a fire in my hearth. Okay, well, I'm going to verbally give you feedback. It was really interesting. I didn't see the fingers or the hand until literally just now when I kind of sat back and stopped being facilitator and was just kind of like artist. So I just found that really interesting. I was like, oh, it's a thumb. Oh, it's a hand. So I quite like that when pictures keep talking to you, keep showing you new things. I also felt like the words feels like you've translated that powerful song that was in Arabic. It's actually a meditation, and it felt a bit, just what, looking at it, I was a bit like, ooh, it feels like you've sort of translated the song back to us. So it's really quite powerful. So Helen says, the way your words emanate and circle the central image remind me of a candle flame and bring a lot of energy. Yes, I saw the crystal as a candle as well. The crystal is a piece of ocean jasper that I'm coveting. It worked on, if I worked on it, I'd refine the words. Yeah, the words definitely feel the glow on the candle, so the aura. But it also, to me, looks like a passageway, into the universe, a doorway. Sorry to pick on you, Anna, but what you're quite good verbally, as in like do you see the picture, Anna?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I could see the fire in the crystal. I wrote that in the chat.
Oh, did you? Oh, I've missed
Yes.
it. Sorry.
Sorry, that's all right.
Would anyone else like to add to the chat? I felt it was a key to somewhere unknown. And I wrote doorway to another universe. Okay. Would anyone else like to share?
I don't mind sharing mine. How do I do it? Can I just, oh, hang on. Like, can I just turn,
Art, yeah, turn it round.
hang on. So anyway,
Spotlight you, sorry, I forgot to spotlight you. Oh, I've been forgetting to speak because we said where it's spotlight.
unfortunately, you can see the shadow, but
Oh no, don't worry. Interestingly, I see a profile of like a figure.
wow.
Like with really bushy eyebrows and even a really bushy moustache and just like lots of hair and
Ooh.
like a fawn, you know, out of The Lion, the Witch, the Wardrobe, that
Oh,
kind of,
nice.
yeah.
It's interesting that someone's just said they've seen a phoenix. People keep seeing phoenixes in my paintings at the moment.
So, oh, and going back to your work, Vicky, really quickly, I felt it was a mountain, key to somewhere unknown, to a distant mountain. And then now yours, Anna. I see the lion of Leo in there. It reminds me of a phoenix. Yes,
Nice.
like powerful animal appearing from the flames. I can see a leopard's head. I like.
Oh, wow.
I like the texture in the top right corner. I want to touch it.
Turn it round. Remember, that's what we used to do before. We used to like put it in different.
If you turn it round again, because it's now the same side up as before. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so in Magical Journeys, what we do with the art is we turn it each way. So different ways show different things. I always want to feel art in galleries, especially lovely textures like this.
Mm-hmm.
I also see like loads of groups of animals, as if like you've painted all the animals on the farm, but all kind of crowded together in a sort of celebratory hug.
I like that.
I always want to touch everything.
I can see kind of bird feathers, like a sort of very colourful bird towards the right. Mm.
I was just writing as you turned it, I saw feathers.
We're all in tune.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you for your feedback.
Oh, and then another one, very powerful, from Judith. Would anyone else like to share? Oh, fiery energy. Sorry, I'm going really fast. I'm just aware of time. Go on, Ashley. Oh, I'll spotlight you. Sorry, I keep forgetting this. Whoops.
I took a picture of it, so I'm going to put that in because I don't know if you can see anything.
I love the ivy behind you. Yeah. Send it to me on Facebook, Ashley, and I can share it. Okay. Right. Okay. So you're very welcome to share verbally or in the chat. I'm in absolute awe. How did this magic happen in that short time? Just in case no one sees this. Actually, it happened in the first section and I've been cleaning the brushes ever since. The joys. Mind blown. What can you see though? What we're going to focus on is rather than how good or it is, let's look at what you can see. This feels like standing inside the eye of a storm, powerful, seeing infinite potential, stunning sky, it's heaven. Do you ever, like dancers' hands and they're like this and then they come out like that? That very much feels like the embrace of like the sky or the sea, and they're like now revealing, like opening, in abundance. It very much feels like that for me, the energy. And very similar to what we saw in Vicky's work, where there was this sort of doorway, there's this sort of opening, this kind of passageway towards the moon, which looks almost like the lock in a doorway. Yes, Vicky says like opening the curtains. A moon just out of reach, it's there and want to reach it, but the path is still cloudy. It's like emerging, which is very similar themes in Judith's poem as well. The sun, moon in the distance feels like it is there calling you forward towards a purpose. Which again is very similar to the themes in Helen's work as well. It's as if sea and sky have entwined. It's ethereal, like the veil between worlds or seasons. I was about to say it also looks like feathers, but very feathery sky and feathery waves. And I'm very conscious of time. So I'm going to move it on, but I will save the chat and I will tomorrow send an email of all the feedback and different things to everyone. So you've all got that for your art practice to move you on. So thank you very much for sharing your work. Thank you. I will stop putting on spotlight. I know that can be a bit daunting. Thanks. I'm not sure I have time to share mine, but mine became more of a mess, and I think there's more on my hands than there is on the paper. But I never normally rip up my work, but for some reason I just felt like trying to do a collage, and then I ran out of time and realized there's no glue on the table or anything. But it was just really interesting that that this kind of occurred. And someone's mentioned feather, but also it's almost in the shape of what Vicky had drawn in her hand. And yeah, interesting. So I don't know if you wanted to add something, but you don't have to. But yes, and then I'll bring you into the ending. Ashley's beat me to it. Shimmering crystal, just like a crystal. Anna as well. And could also be like a candle, like the flame. So yeah, beautiful colors. And what Ashley said about mountain of yours, kind of very similar, like a peak. Yeah, so what we're pointing out is the collective unconscious. That means then when a group of magical women together and are creating together, that we collectively bring together our power, and there are very similar themes going on in our work, and it's like the power of sharing, of making together, that can only elevate our practice. So the theory behind Magical Women was the more that we get together like this and create, but autonomously, the more magic occurs and the more findings in our practice. So I'm just going to end with a very short ritual for you to take away. And then I want to thank you all for coming this evening. So if you'd like to tap into the fiery vibe of February's full moon and make more room for growth in your life, try making a list of everything that makes you feel small, self-conscious, or doubtful of yourself. Write it on a piece of paper by hand and then burn it in a heat-proof bowl or fire pit to symbolically free yourself of these unhelpful, perhaps. I don't really like to use the word beliefs, but just these thoughts, and see them fly away like birds. And cosmic momentum is building, and our progress is being energetically supported now. So let this full moon illuminate your excitement and fill your heart with hope for the future. I hope that wasn't too cheesy. But thank you very much for coming this evening. And I will send you both rituals, the beginning one and the last one for this month. And I'll send everyone's feedback to all of you along with the playlist tomorrow in an email. So thank you very much. There'll be another one of these next full moon. So it'll either be the day after the full moon or maybe on the full moon. So thank you very much. And the people going, thank you for the lovely company. It was lovely. Thank you for the lovely company. I'm so excited about that. Thank you everyone for your beautiful energy. And with that, bye-bye. Thank you.